Hey guys, Chandler here, back on my channel, Alternate Journey, and yes, my head is shaved. Last week, my little brother shaved my head, so if you guys missed that video, or you guys want to check it out, I will link that down below. It was definitely fun, and you get to meet some of my chaotic family. Anyways, with this video. Now, many companies during Pride change their logos all the time, mainly for capital reasonings, meaning just to get more money, to seem more inclusive, basically to put more rainbow taxes on their things, meaning because it's Pride and they got more rainbow shit in their store, they can put a rainbow tax to make things more expensive. A lot of people within the LGBTQ plus community are used to this by now and are starting to realize the difference between companies who are actually accepting and using Pride for capital gain. Although there are some organizations that are actually very accepting of the LGBTQ plus community, and there's many companies that actually do donate all year round to LGBTQ plus organizations and everything like that. So it wasn't that surprising to me to see this on Facebook that 4-H, which is a youth development program where adult volunteers provide positive, hands-on, fun, and educational opportunities with youth age 5 to 19 with basically projects, community clubs, after-school programs, camps, workshops, and events. I never did 4-H, but a lot of my friends were involved in 4-H back when I was in school and stuff like that. Even throughout high school as well, they remained with 4-H. I remember seeing 4-H stuff at the county fairs. Yeah, all people that I knew that was in 4-H were really awesome people, very positive people, and just, yeah, I never had a problem with 4-H. So it wasn't that surprising to me when I saw on Facebook that they literally changed their logo for Pride. This was on June 7th, and it was really cute. So a lot of people mainly loved it and then liked it, but there was a lot of like angry faces as well, and I was just very surprised to see angry faces. In fact, when I took this screenshot, it was 1.1 thousand people had an angry reaction to this. And I shouldn't, I know I shouldn't, but I went into the comments to exactly find out why people are so angry with this. That is what we're doing today in this video. We are reacting to these ignorant comments about 4-H changing the logo for Pride. Now, before we get into all these ignorant comments and share some knowledge about the LGBTQ plus community on these ignorant people, I am going to just share the mission statement of 4-H, because after all, I've never done 4-H, is to provide meaningful opportunities for all youth and adults to work together to create sustainable community change. This is accomplished within 3 mission areas: civic engagement and leadership, healthy living, and science. That makes sense, because I remember at the fair they would always have like science projects and stuff like that they displayed within the 4-H building. That was at least at the county fair in my area. Their motto is to make the best better. The 4-H club pledge is: I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. So overall, like 4-H just sounds like a very open-minded club and everything like that. So like I think that's why I'm so surprised with these comments and stuff. But you'll see once I start reading some of them, and just warning of cringe, I guess, with these ignorant people. And I just feel like a lot of these people don't really remember the motto or weren't actually involved with 4-H. They just thought the club was something different for their kids, maybe? I don't know, but let's just dive right in, I guess. I never thought I would be embarrassed about having been a 4-H member as a kid, but you did it. Get off this insane political crap and get back to educating kids to be better citizens. Green and white are the colors of 4-H. Okay, here's the thing. It's not political crap. I strongly believe that anything about human rights is not political crap. The LGBTQ plus community aren't worse citizens or anything like that. Just because it's not seen as your ideal way of living, that doesn't mean that we're trying to make everyone involved with the community. There are many people who are great citizens and great leaders that happen to be within the LGBTQ plus community, whether you know it or not. Being gay is not a political issue. Human rights shouldn't be a political issue. Everyone deserves equal, humane rights. That's not a belief, that's just how it should fucking be. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just human. No one decided to be here, and no one decided to be within LGBTQ plus community. We just happen to be within that community. Basic human rights should not be argued every 4 years when we elect a new president. We don't have to keep on asking, do you support LGBTQ rights? That's just insane to me. But I truly believe that LGBTQ plus rights started to get involved with politics just because of religion. because back in the day, saying he was a good Christian man was a good, reliable source for a good politician. Now yes, we don't really say that today, or at least you don't hear it, but many people today still have that in their back mindset of when they are going out to vote. And when are they going to do research on an actual politician? There's so many people that don't actually do research when it comes to politics and the politicians running for office. But once they hear that they're a good Christian, they're like, oh, let me vote. There's a few problems here. First, this is a youth program that includes all of our youth. Some children are gay, yes, but some children are overweight. They get bullied. Some children don't have the nicest clothes. They are left out. Where's their flags? There's not a flag for fat people. There's not a flag for not having nice clothes. And also, it's based off preference what is actually nice clothes. I hate that argument of like, oh, you have to have like a $100 t-shirt. That's insane to me. I will never have a $100 t-shirt, even if I was like a millionaire, because that just seems so absurd to me. Maybe because I was poor as a child. Children within the LGBTQ plus community are 90% more likely to get bullied than the fat kid or the poor kid. And it's not like, haha, you're fat, or making your mama jokes or anything like that. It is literally, you should go kill yourself bullying. There are physical violence bullying against LGBTQ plus youth. So it's much more of a greater issue. Second, a lot of children are raised in a religious home. Here we go. Like this or not, it's the parents' right to raise their children in this environment. Where's their flag? Wait, do like religious people actually have a flag? I mean, I know there's the cross, but it's like they're not gonna just change, like what, you want 4-H to change their logo to a cross during Christmas time? But Christmas isn't always about the birth of Jesus Christ for everyone. You understand that, right? Everyone knows about Pride Month because it is about celebrating the first Pride. It is about that moment when it was actually started to be argued whether or not we individuals get rights. It was the greater movement of starting our progress for actual rights. So yeah, we're gonna have a month dedicated to that because it was such a big movement towards our rights. Just like with women. When women started gaining rights, when you guys had your protests and stuff like that and started having the Women's March and started gaining rights for voting, you have that month, right? So why can't we have this month? Where's their flag? I believe 4-H should keep their opinions out of things, for no other reason to keep things out on an even playing field. Yes, all children are included in 4-H. They don't have to change their symbol to prove this. Yes, you don't have to change your symbol to prove it, but it is great to change their logo just for Pride Month to really include, like, hey, all are welcome here, and because, like, they don't really say it. Not like they have to say it. I think it's a really an awesome thing that, like, it's kind of like it's known, but you don't have to say it. But it's like, it's one of those things within the society now where it's like, you do kind of have to say it, especially because, like, everyone always asks. So maybe they've been getting asked if they accept young children in the LGBTQ plus community, like their opinions on it, because there are many individuals now that are younger that are coming out because they actually finally have the knowledge and the terminology and the language to find out who they truly are. I didn't have that language back in the day. That's why I didn't know I was trans until I was like 17 years old. I didn't come out until like I was 19, 20 years old and stuff like that. I didn't medically transition until I was 21 years old. Because I didn't have the terminology. I did not have the language that we do have today. So I think it's a great thing that these young individuals have this knowledge now, thanks to YouTubers showcasing their transitions, sharing knowledge of the LGBTQ plus community, thanks to all these scientific documents and discoveries of the fact that, like, yes, you can't change of who you are, you just happen to be within this community, and what actual transitioning means, what gender dysphoria actually means, is great. It's amazing. I think it's very helpful for the young individuals now, so they don't actually have so much trauma going on in life. So maybe they're just getting more questions out from accepting parents of like, hey, is my trans son accepted into 4-H? So maybe to showcase that, that's why they changed their logo. Because that's like the easiest way, just to showcase it right off the bat so no one has to keep on asking whether or not their child is accepted. Also, like, I hate people's like, they should keep their opinions out of it, but yet they bombard everything with their opinions on religion. It's like, okay, if they can't showcase their opinions, then you can't showcase yours either. Religion is an opinion. Whether you like it or not, religion is an opinion because there are many different religions, and hey, there's a lot of people that don't associate with a religion. I myself do not associate with a religion, but then again, I do not discredit anyone because of their religion. And also, just because a family happens to be religious, that does not mean that they are against the LGBTQ plus community. A lot of people do believe that, hey, God created all humans. So, in fact, He created your gay son. He created your trans daughter. He created your non-binary child, in a sense, if you believe in God. So, therefore, it's like, why are you discrediting God and not accepting what God gave you, in a sense? Like, I'm very just confused about that. But there are some nice comments within this, like, nobody should have a problem with an organization for children, making sure that all children know that they are loved and welcome no matter what. Exactly. But, like I said, we're reacting to ignorant comments here. Come on, 4-H, is this necessary? As a 4/8 generation 4-H'er, this makes me so disappointed and saddened that one of my most favorite groups has fallen into this ridiculous trap. Shame on you, 4-H. Shame on you. Ridiculous trap. Why is it ridiculous to let people know that they are accepted? What a ridiculous trap is all companies changing their logo just to put a rainbow tax on their clothing so they get more money out of the gays. And then after Pride Month ends, they go back to donating to all the anti-LGBTQ plus organizations that they've been donating to for centuries. So, that's the ridiculous trap that companies are going into. An organization for young individuals and teens, I don't think that's a trap. That's just showcasing, hey, all are welcome. Why does politics always have to be brought into something that should remain neutral? Because it's not actually politics. This should remain neutral because it's basic human rights. Yes, you can have your opinions/feelings on how you feel about certain situations, but this is a kids program. The 4-H colors are green and white. Yes, green and white. And you know what the green stands for? And yes, I had to research this because I didn't know. It stands for inclusion. They are showing that they are actually inclusive. It's not rocket science here. If you were actually dedicated to 4-H, or even knew the actual program that you put your children into, you would know that and accept it. I don't think so. Why did you have to do this? 4-H colors are green and white, and the 4-leaf clover with 4-H's is our emblem. They stand for head, heart, hands, and health. Yes, heads, heart, hands, and health. Meaning, use your freaking head, stop being so ignorant, use your heart and realize that these are actual people, and your hands and health. Why do you not care about our health? Why aren't you reaching out your hands and accept us and realize that we are actual human fucking beings? Isn't that the whole 4-H thing? To be a better person and to better your mind and be better for the community? Why not include this community as well? I don't remember the Clovers being changed for any other occasion. Why now? I will be expecting in July for Independence Day, red, white, and blue clovers. Was there a post saluting our fallen soldiers for Memorial Day? No, there wasn't. I went back and checked. You update for one, you update for all. Not cool. Oh, I get it. You're one of those all lives matter people, aren't you? 4-H colors. Green and white are the 4-H colors. The white background of the flag symbolizes purity. The green 4-H emblem is nature's most common color in the great outdoors. The green is also the color springtime, life, and youth. No, it's not. Do your research. The green represents inclusion. It's not about nature, bro. Just because, yes, they do a lot of science projects and they teach kids about science, which in fact it's a scientific proof that you cannot change who you are, and in fact you are just gay because you are naturally wired gay. You are trans because you have gender dysphoria. It's an actual thing because our brain actually develops in utero, meaning your mom's uterus, before our actual sexual functions does. So it's like, dude, my brain developed male before my actual body decided to be the female form and stuff like that. That is why I have gender dysphoria. That is why I'm medically transitioning. There are many scientific documents and discoveries about this. 4-H, if they are actually really involved with science, they would include trans individuals. They would know that no one decides to be gay. So why wouldn't they be accepting? This makes no sense. This literally, maybe I just analyze things too much. Do people not analyze things? Do people not make the connection anymore? Like, seriously. It's not about outdoors. The green has nothing to do with outdoors. Yes, it's a 4-leaf clover because they do a lot of nature things, but the green represents inclusion. And white purity Just because you are a part of the LGBTQ plus community, that does not mean that you are going to hell. That is religion trying to tie in to control everyone and to try to make people the white supremacist, all-natural family. I wouldn't call this disgusting as many people are, but sexuality should not be involved in 4-H. It has nothing to do with 4-H. Yes, they're not teaching kids about sex in 4-H. I understand that. But the thing is, that is the biggest excuse that people make nowadays in order to be homophobic. They always ask, what about the children? Being within the LGBTQ plus community, that's not really a sexual thing. We're not all about sex. Yes, it just happens to be like who you find as like a life partner, or like you're trans and you are getting a sex change. Just because your child sees a gay couple or there's more gay representation, that does not mean that it will make your child gay. After all, there are many showcases of straight couples everywhere, on posters, movies, TV shows, full out makeout scenes in Disney Channel shows, in Disney movies. And yet, there are still gay kids. There are still bisexuals. It didn't turn us straight, so I really highly believe that it will not turn your child gay. And also, stop immediately thinking about sex when you see the words LGBTQ+. After all, relationships aren't always about sex, even for straight ones. That's like a big topic nowadays that I've been seeing on like Instagram, Facebook, and like Twitter, is that relationship isn't all about sex. It never really truly was. Yes, it is important to have sexual chemistry with your partner. After all, we all have sexual needs. Now yes, they are not teaching sex to the children. I want to make sure you guys understand that. But in reality, when you're talking about the LGBTQ plus community, it's just like any other relationship. Relationships increases our emotional well-being. Relationships create stability. Relationships help us learn to be a better person. Relationships are about having someone to count on and trust. Relationships are about having someone to vent to when we face challenges. Relationships are about having someone to experience all our dreams with. And if that person happens to be the same sex or gender as yourself, then how is it wrong when it's your life, the person that you are engaging in a relationship with, and no one else? Now, this post was actually deleted that same day, June 7th, mainly probably because all these hateful, ignorant comments. So instead, the same day, they posted another post where they said, "Happy Pride, let us celebrate individuality, inclusion, and the nurturing love for our unique selves. Hashtag Pride Month." And it's a little video, original 4-H logo, and then all the LGBTQ plus flags. So it was a nice little cute video to still show representation, still show that they are actually inclusive. But unfortunately, underneath that post, the comments were no better. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Please comment down below your thoughts on this subject and stuff, whether you think it was okay for 4-H to change their logo. Look at the statistics. If you find yourself watching multiple of my videos, might as well subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell down below so you get notifications whenever I upload. And I'll see you guys next time.